With your vehicle safely raised and supported, take off all 6 lug nuts using a 21mm socket, and then remove the wheel. If your wheel is stuck on like this one, go ahead and thread a lug nut back on. Get a large rubber mallet and hit it from the backside. Always hit the tire, not the rim. There we go. And remove your wheel. Once the wheel is off, let's go ahead and remove the outer tie rod. Remove the locking cotter pin that locks this castle nut in place. And with a 19mm, go ahead and remove this nut. Start it in just a few threads so that when I take the tie rod off, it doesn't just fall. And then go ahead and hammer right here on the knuckle. That's going to break the tie rod free from the knuckle. All right, perfect. Now that that's broken free, before I move any further, I want to loosen up the locking jam nut here. You can use a 24mm wrench. Break that free. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult to break these free. Mine was actually not so tight, which maybe it was not a good sign, but anyway, sometimes they require a little more effort. Now remove this nut and pull the tie rod out of the knuckle. And what you want to do next is count the amount of turns it takes to remove this outer tie rod when we put the new one on. Now, of course, you have this jam nut here, so you can match it up to the exact depth, but you also want to count the amount of threads so that when you put the new one on, turn it the same amount of times and it'll get you as close as possible to what your alignment was before. The next thing you want to do is remove this jam nut here. If it's seized and it doesn't come off, you can heat it up, or you can just cut the tie rod, or you could even just cut the nut off. And next, remove this clamp right here for the boot. And if you follow the boot, you'll see another clamp right there. We're gonna have to remove that one as well. And there are multiple ways of doing this. You can either try to stick a screwdriver and twist it off, or you take a pry bar, put it up against it, and hammer on the pry bar, and that should just break that clamp free. All right, well, it didn't break, but it did come off, so that's what you want. And go ahead and remove this boot, as well as the old clamp. We're gonna have to reuse this boot, so make sure it's not torn anywhere, make sure it's in good condition, still flexible, which this one is, so that's perfect. Set it aside. Next, let's remove the inner tie rod. If you look closely, that lock washer in there is actually peened over on the tie rod end, so I'm gonna stick a pry bar, and you have to bend it back and unlock it before you remove the tie rod. So put a pry bar in there and just hammer it out. And it should be bent on the bottom and on the top, or on 2 sides at least. The next thing you can do is either use an inner tie rod removal tool, or if you have a very large adjustable wrench, you can put it on here. Or you can just use some pliers and unscrew this tie rod in. There we go. Now just remove this the rest of the way. Make sure the washer comes with it. Now you want to take a rag and just clean up any grease that's in here. That way the threads are nice and clean for the next tie rod. Take your new inner tie rod and make sure you have this lock washer on it. You can see these 2 little tabs that are cut out here. They need to match up with these 2 grooves. That's how the washer locks in. So the way I like to do it is start the tie rod in. If you want to install thread locker, you can. Take your pliers, lock them on, and just snug it up. Don't snug it up too tight because you don't want to twist the inside of the rack. And now you want to just bend over 2 of the sides on this lock washer. That's the bottom. Okay, 2 of my sides are peened over. I bent it up here and down there. Next, use the supplied packet of grease and put most of the grease in here and work it in a little bit. This is going to help prolong the life of this tie rod. Next, go ahead and put this boot on. Slide it in all the way. There's a groove here that it lines up with, and what I like to do is bring it a little bit past the groove and then take a little bit of that leftover grease and just grease up this spot right here. This is going to ensure that the boot does not seize onto the tie rod in the future, so that when the alignment professional turns this tie rod for the alignment, it's not going to twist and rip the boot. And make sure you put it over the steering rack back there. Let's get a wire tie. Back here I'm going to secure it with a wire tie. Make sure it's seated all the way before you tighten it up. Now go ahead and install your jam nut. This is now a 27mm, by the way. For this part, you can either reuse your original clamp, which I won't because mine was a little bit weak, so I don't think it's going to seal up very well. So I'm going to just use a wire tie. Make sure it's nice and tight and cut off the excess. Next, get your new outer tie rod and install it the same amount of threads that it took to remove it. Okay, right about there, that's perfect. Bring the jam nut closer and start the tie rod into the knuckle. Install your castle nut. Torque this castle nut to 67 foot-pounds. And now you want to line up the hole with the castle nut. For me, it actually happens to line up perfectly. If not, you want to keep tightening until it does, never loosen. And install your cotter pin to lock it all in. Bend it over. Last but not least, go ahead and tighten up this jam nut. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you just want to center the tie rod and make sure it's not sitting at an angle here at the ball joint. All right, the next step is to get the wheel on, and then of course you're going to have to get yourself an alignment. Next, get the wheel back on. Start on all 6 lug nuts, and then I'll bottom them out, torque them to 83 foot-pounds.